Hello and welcome to Rocky's Week 1 update video. So the very first thing we do is just some clicker conditioning. So what I'm doing is, as soon as he's looking at me, he's moving with me, whatever, I'm clicking and then I'm delivering food. So we're just teaching him that the sound of the clicker means you're getting a reward. Luckily, his food motivation is high enough to take it, but you can tell he's a bit uncomfortable in his space, he's a bit unsure. When it comes to dog training, our most important tool is going to be our markers. So these are our words, our sounds that mean the exact same thing every time so that we can effectively communicate with our dogs. So these markers here are going to be super important to remember. So our continuation markers just mean, I like what you're doing, that's really good, keep doing that, you're going to get a reward. So here I'm just conditioning that continuation of the clicker. Our other important type of marker is going to be our terminal. So our terminal marker is, you did exactly the right thing, you are free to leave the position, and you are going to get a reward. So if we're using our clicker for healing and he's doing really good and we want him to keep healing, it would be one click, feed. We can continue moving the entire time. One click, feed. Now let's say we want to make it super explosive and super fun and he did something really great. Say we're healing, we come to a stop, he auto sits, he's looking really good. I can double click, book it backwards, and he will come get a reward from me. The difference here is just that in one of them he is allowed to leave position and in the other one he is not. The reason that we like this is because it allows us to have a reward marker that is very explosive, very fun, and that is our terminal marker. Because he is leaving position, so we can give him food, we can pet him, we can praise him, we can make it super valuable. And this is especially important for more nervous dogs or dogs with, some behavior issues. And then our third type of marker is going to be our punishment marker. This comes later on, once the dog already knows their commands and understands them very well. Then we would use no, administer a correction, and then remind them what it was that they should have been doing. So if we're still using healing as an example, if he, breaks position and goes out to the side, it would be no, correction, heal. But right now, we're just starting with conditioning our clicker. And as you saw, we will have verbal markers for these as well. So our continuation will be good, and then our terminal will be yes. We like to start with the clicker because it's a very powerful tool. So it makes the same sound every single time. Whereas our voices can change, right? So we could be like, good, good, yes, yes, right? It all sounds very different. So our clicker is the same every single time, and that really helps the dogs learn. The important thing to note here is that I'm clicking and then I'm moving to feed. We like to think of it as like a robot, right? So the clicker activates us to move. If we feed at the same time we're clicking or before or anything like that, we're not effectively conditioning the clicker. In order for our markers to work effectively, they have to predict something. They have to predict consequence, whether that's positive or negative. After a few sessions of clicker conditioning, we are ready to move into some healing. In the early stages of healing, we're just doing everything we can to motivate that dog to be right in our heel position, and then clicking and rewarding when they're where we want them. So think of heel as right at your left heel of your foot. You can see his tail is still pretty tucked. He's not super comfortable just yet. So I'm using my leash to help navigate. Right now, it's really just about building reward history, just showing him how awesome it is to be right there, right at our left side. At this stage, we're not telling him to do anything. We're not telling him what not to do. We're just helping him stay right in that spot so we can reward him so that he wants to be there. Now that he's starting to do a bit better, I start to introduce the stop and sit and the terminal release marker, which is the double click. You can see the difference between the continuation and the terminal marker here is he comes out of position to come get that reward for me, and then I can pet and praise. So all of our commands have an implied stay until released, either with a free or a yes. Free is just the word that we use to say you're done doing your command, but I don't have a reward for you. Versus yes, it would be free to leave position and come get a reward. So heal means heal until told otherwise. Sit, down, all these things, right? We don't teach the word stay. The word stay is very confusing for dogs to learn. They might forget, like, oh, did you tell me stay? Did you not? This is just a much more effective way of communicating. So to get him in the sit, this is called luring. I'm just trying to use some food in my hand to see if I can get him to offer it.
Good job, buddy. Buddy. Yeah, bud. Good job. Super job, buddy. Man.
So here I'm just building a high reward history. I'm saying this is the best place to be. Everything good happens right here. Here we are introducing place. Typically, I don't like to start by rewarding them away from the bed. I just do that when dogs are like super uncertain. The next thing we'll do once the dogs are comfortable going onto the bed is building some duration. So just like I was doing with the sit and heel position, just reward, reward, reward for being in the right spot. And especially because he was super unsure about the bed, I want him to realize so many great things happen here.
Free. Shut up, buddy. Yeah.
So now what I'm doing is the same exact thing as before, except now I'm luring it down. We don't like to layer commands on place, so I'm not going to tell him to down, I'm not going to tell him to sit, but I am only going to feed him in a down from now on. This just encourages him to lay down, to settle on the bed, because you're not coming off anytime soon, right? You might as well just lay down, chill out. We aren't enforcing any rules yet because he doesn't have it on verbal command. He doesn't know it yet. But as soon as he does, our rules for place are no barking, no growling, no whining, and all 4 feet on the bed. So I just try to prevent him from doing any of those things as much as possible. He really started struggling with the down after a second. He started getting stuck. So if you see, I am slightly pulling down on his leash with my other hand. This is teaching him leash pressure. So I'm adding some downwards communication, and then as soon as he goes into the down, I am clicking, giving him food, and releasing the leash pressure. This will teach him that leash pulling down means get back into the down and the pressure shuts off. And this will transfer into corrections later on.
Place.
This is where I start introducing the verbal command.
Place.
So now I'm just saying place, and then I'm clicking and feeding.
Place. 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 Place.
So that was working some duration, and then here is where I start distance. So if you'll notice, I am always stepping off with my right foot when I want him to stay, and I am leading with my left foot when I'm freeing him. Dogs are very physical creatures. When they interact, they are often communicating with one another through body language, so it just really helps the dog up for success. Because if we're heeling, they're attached to our left leg, right? They see our left leg moving, they come with us. So it helps to, not bring that habit here where our left leg moves and they come with us. Instead, we're stepping off with the right. I'm also reminding him place every time I go to step away. And I am just slowly, incrementally increasing the amount of distance I make from the dog.
No. Place.
And at this point, because I have introduced a verbal command, I now have to start enforcing rules. So if he steps off, no, correction, place. And I'm very gentle on him right now because he's still learning. So I'm more so just guiding him back to the bed than I am giving him a serious correction.
Place. Place. No. Place. heel, heel.
So this is where I'm starting to introduce the verbal command for healing.
Heel, 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 heel. Heel, 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 heel.
And you can tell that now that he's getting much more comfortable, he's starting to really enjoy that terminal release.
Heel, heel, heel.
Just like how we taught them that the leash pressure down means to go into the down, we also teach leash pressure up as a sit. So if we're healing and he doesn't come to the sit, we can pull upwards on the leash and then release the pressure when he goes into the sit.
Kennel. Kennel.
Good.
Kennel. No. Kennel. No. Kennel.
Good.
Kennel. Free. Free.
Yeah, there you go, buddy.
Sit.
Good.
Sit.
Good.
Sit.
Good. Here I'm just reminding him to sit before I throw a bunch of little distractions just to help set him up for success because I know this is a challenge for him. Good. We do auto sits at every doorway, every threshold.
Rocky.
So
Yes.
here I was drilling recalls because he saw Ashley out in the yard
Rocky.
and he was
No.
very
Rocky.
uncomfortable, very fixated on her, some growling.
Rocky.
So what I'm doing is I'm letting him go forward on the leash because he's not in any obedience, but I'm disappearing behind him and I'm recalling him back. If he comes back, he's getting a reward. If he doesn't come back, I am saying no and I'm correcting him on that leash all the way back.
Rocky.
This is how
Yes.
we can really work
Yeah,
that
buddy.
reactivity and that discomfort. So he's looking at something, he's uncomfortable, he's fixating, he's growling. We want to be able to call him away from that situation before he goes over threshold.
Rocky. Yes.
This is helping him learn to regulate those emotions and how to give himself a break from that. This also builds engagement, looking back
Rocky.
at the handler
No.
more often.
Rocky. Free.
And just helps break that cycle of hard staring at whatever is making him
Rocky.
uncomfortable.
Yes. Free.
Yeah, good man.
Free. Rocky. Yes.
And you'll notice since I've been recalling him, he's much more engaged with me. He's paying attention to what I'm doing much more. Because he's seeing that despite that distraction, paying attention to me is still super important. And this is what we want. We want to create attention on you as the handler.
Yes.
instead of
Yeah,
those
buddy.
other environmental factors. Dogs can gain confidence through trust in their handlers. Eventually, with this recall, we will add a flip into heel,
Rocky. Yes.
but early stages, we're just building him coming back.
Rocky. Yes. Yeah, buddy. Good job, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Heel. Good. Heel. Good. Heel. Good. Heel. Good. Good. Heel. Good. Heel. Good. Heel. Good. Heel. Good. Yes.
So there you can see I used some little pops on the leash to bring him forward.
Good.
I'm just using that leash to guide him into my reward hand to get him into the right position.
Good. Heel. Good. Good. No. Heel. Good.
You can also see that sometimes I am picking up my pace to
Good.
encourage him to pick up his pace.
Heel. Yes. Rocky.
So again, I'm using that recall game
Rocky.
to break his fixation on people.
Rocky. Nice. Rocky. Freak. Rocky. No. Rocky. Freak. Rocky. Freak. Rocky. Freak. Rocky. Freak.
So you can see he's like
Hey, bud.
very unsure, very watchful of his environment, looking at things to fixate on. So I'm
Rocky.
just breaking that fixation and showing him everything good is going to come from me.
Rocky. Freak. Ah. Rocky.
Now that we've been working his recalls, he's much more engaged on me. He's much more
Yeah.
comfortable in his environment. So now I am
Yeah,
able to
buddy.
move into some obedience.
Very
If I had
nice.
asked him for obedience immediately after getting out of the car,
Heel.
I probably would have had to correct him a lot. He probably would have shut down.
Heel.
It wouldn't have been successful. So we like to start with warm-ups, recalls, attention games, things to just really get them thinking about us.
Heel. Heel. Heel.
And remember that heel isn't
Heel.
always moving. Heel is a
Heel.
position. So we'll
Heel.
work on giving a heel command while we're moving and doing it while we're stationary.
Rocky. Nice. Heel. No. Heel. Yeah.
So there I double clicked and gave a reward because he gave me some really good eye contact.
Yeah. Rocky. Heel. Heel. Sit.
You'll see here that for the sit stays, I'm doing the exact same thing we did with place,
No.
where I'm reminding him and then I'm stepping away with my right foot. And if he gets up, no, correction, sit.
Sit. No. Sit. 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 No. Sit. Sit. No. Free. Sit. Sit.
He was very nervous about staying in this sit with me going out of sight and behind him, but I knew that he was capable of it, so I pushed him through.
Sit. No. Sit. Sit. Free. No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
You're good. He's training. You're good. Rocky.
So there you can see he got very uncomfortable by a man walking by while he was in obedience, so I just used my markers, my leash, my food, little fun sounds. I used every tool in my toolbox to keep him in obedience. And then once he was successful for a very
Good job,
short
buddy.
amount of time in the healing, I quickly rewarded him out, and then I let him
Heel.
leave position, and then I worked a recall. I'm really just showing him that when he is working, when he's in obedience, right, his one job is to work with me. He doesn't need to worry about people or weird things going on around us, because that's not his job, right? So long as he sticks with me, he will be safe and nobody will intrude on his space. It's very important that we advocate for our dogs and help them navigate situations comfortably.